Welcome back to Naruto Shippuden Anime Review, Part 2. This one discussing technically 2 episodes. You're probably thinking, wait, you're only discussing 2 episodes? Not 6, 10, or even 20? Just 2? Well, it's an arc for the series. Now, this I thought was quite odd. The anime did this. They put it in the middle of the Toxic Pursuit arc. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there is no explained read for this at all. Yeah, they just squeezes in here. It basically just interrupts the story. They probably did, and this is my personal theory, is because they wanted to save it for a little bit later. That or the fact it was delayed, but they figured out, oh wait, we had these 6 chapters we skipped over. Let's adapt them. Yeah, in the case of, there's a slight correction I'm going to make right now. Yeah, I had to basically look it up. Now, the Kazakage Rescue, I go from 245 to 81. Kakashi Gaiden covered chapters 239 to 244. Yeah, roughly like one book. This two-parter introduces basically 2 new characters, Obito and Rin. Yes, Obito. I don't remember who voices Obito, but I do know who voices Rin. Stephanie Steve, the same woman who voices Hinata. Yep, same voice actress. Now, not much is known about her at all. Let's see. Aside from her gender and the fact that she was a student of Mento, aka the 4th Hokage. This is before becoming the 4th Hokage. Yeah, this is toward the end of the 3rd Great Ninja War. A war that was not really very explored very much in flashbacks, of course, the series. Mostly it focuses a lot on the aftermath of the arc. Of the actual war itself. Yeah, this is technically a battle that this two-parter. Now, it does use Obito, but it doesn't have the formation of Team Mento in here. No, that's explored later and what happens not long after this particular two-parter. Yes, things starts out with Obito basically running late for their mission. And this we see Obito, we see Rin. And this is kind of awkward. In fact, we're thrown into a situation where we're in the middle of an actual story here. We're just like, oh, a mission, okay. So also the fact that Kakashi has become a Jonin here. And he's only about 13. He's actually quite young to be a Jonin. At this point, from what I've heard, one of the fun facts about Kakashi, he's the youngest Jonin in the history of the Hidden Leaf Village. And the fact they mentioned about his father in flashback. Here, yeah, they actually delve a little bit into about the White Fang. Yeah, it's meant to be a conversation between Obito and Mento. The fact that, aside from the fact he is Kakashi's father, he was a well-respected shinobi until a particular mission went bad, where he chose to put the lives of his comrades over the course of the mission, and he got chastised for it. Yep, he got chastised. Not only by his fellow shinobi, but also people he frickin' rescued. So in order to stop all the chastising, the man committed suicide. Yeah, all because he chose his team over his combat mission. Yeah, it's a good thing good thing that the Hidden Leaf Village have progressed a lot further than that. Obito, it seems as though one thing I could tell from this, it seems like Obito is very similar to Naruto. Where aside from the fact he's got a crush on the only woman in the group, and she's got a crush on the cool guy, which is basically Kakashi, it's very similar. Heck, from what I've seen in flashback, and I've seen a picture of Team Mento, it's a very similar photo that Kakashi took. Basically, we took a picture with Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke. For Mento, it's a very similar. We have Mento doing his little bending over thing, basically with his hands on top of the heads of Obito and Kakashi with Rin in the middle. It's a very similar photo. As far as I can tell, I think he showed it on purpose because basically Team Kakashi is very similar to that fact of Team Mento. And the thing is, if you're curious though what happened to Rin at this two-parter, I'll explain that in a minute. Now, during the course of the mission, their job to do is to go and infiltrate and destroy this particular bridge in hopes of ending the war. Now, who are the Hidden Leaf at war with? They're at war with the Hidden Grass Village and the Hidden Stone Village. Which, that's interesting for them to do. Yes. the fact they went to war with. Now, the Hidden Stone Village, they do bring this up in the Fourth Ninja War stuff, where they did fight the Hidden Stone Village previously. And this is technically the first time we actually see the Hidden Stone Village, like their logo in the entire series. Now, they've mentioned a couple times before, but they've never been seen before. And this is the first time we see the Hidden Stone Ninja, where their emblem is like three stones, like in a basically a mushroom shaped. So we also see the first chronological appearance of Kakashi's Chidori. Yep, which is later was also the nickname of the Lightning Blade, because according to Guy, he says he even uses it to slice a lightning bolt in half. As far as I can tell, that particular story has never been told in the series. That'd be kind of cool if they actually showed it in a flashback, but they haven't. So Kakashi is able to take out, like, apparently it's one guy with 19 Shadow Clones. And he's able to take out pretty much most of them, no problem with his Chidori, until he gets to the last one, so Minto has to save him. Also, Minto gave him a gift, basically a special kunai, which is later revealed to have like a jutsu in it. Basically, he's able to track it where it is, and Ring gave him a special like ninja kit. Yep. And as for Obito, he gave him nothing because he didn't like Kakashi very much. I'm like, you are thinking, wait, Obito, who's Nichiya, doesn't like somebody who's cool like Kakashi. You're probably thinking, this is way too similar to Naruto and Sasuke. So you're saying Kakashi is basically it's saying that Kakashi is very similar to that of Sasuke, and Obito, who is Nichiya, is similar to Naruto, which that is indeed true. One thing they don't mention here is Obito's dream. Yeah, that's explored in later flashbacks when they have in the series. So, they go and do the mission. They are walking along. Of course, we see Obito using the Fire Star Jutsu, which I should point out though, Obito is a Genin. And yet, according to Kakashi, back in the first arc of the series, he referred to the Fireball Jutsu as a Jonin level Jutsu. And he probably thinking it's almost impossible for Genin to know this. And yet, this flashback establishes that he completely forgot the fact that Obito, who is a Genin, and he knew the Fire Style Jutsu. Which, the Fireball Jutsu, which is able to stop, which, yeah, and of course, the first attack, like, oh, he cries, like, okay, yeah, this is way too similar to that of the Land of Waves arc at the start of it. Though, it does get a little better. Though Ren gets taken, so Obito has an outing, basically has an out with Kakashi. He yells at him the fact that he basically, of course, Minto told him, don't always, you need to have the rules guide you to basically enforce your will. That's kind of what Minto was saying, and explaining here. And of course, Obito basically calls back Kakashi's comment, basically saying, those who don't follow the rules are scum. And according to Obito, those who abandon their friends are lower than scum. And he also mentioned that the White Fang was a true hero, which shocks Kakashi. Because I don't think even he realized how much respect Obito had for the White Fang. So he goes off to rescue Rin while basically Kakashi goes off to complete his mission. But don't worry, you'll see with him a little later. So it's only 2 Sand Shinobi, which are like, really? Just 2 to capture 1 medical ninja? Okay. And they think, oh yeah, they're going to use her to treat their wounded. Well, no. They basically put in her genjutsu so she can get information out. It's unknown exactly how much information that they got out of her. Yeah, it's never stated. It's like, oh, Obito shows up and he just basically just does this. To basically get him to wake up. So basically his bearings. And somehow it was so loud that one of the Sand Shinobi hears it, which I'm like, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not sure how it is like that he's able to hear it. So he goes out and he sees Obito, and look how he's saved by frickin' Kakashi pops up out of nowhere, who's able to slice the Sand Shinobi's vest, and then of course thanks to some moving around. Though Kakashi himself gets his eye slashed, which that does explain basically why his eye looks the way it does today. Currently, where the slash came from this very battle. As for the Sharingan came from, that comes up soon. So, Obito basically is like the snow is about to pop up behind him, and somehow he took time to pick up the kunai that was dropped and stab the other guy right in the freaking chest, killing him. Also activating his Shuriken, two-pronged Shuriken, which, wow, that's something. When Sato activated her Sharingan, she was only on one when it was activated. Here it's two, which that's interesting. Maybe because Obito was late bloomer when it comes to Sharingan. It's possible to say the least. So they're able to infiltrate inside, and of course, well, Obito points out though that Rin's chakra has been like altered a bit, and of course, according to Kashi, he says she's under Genjutsu. So they able to defeat the Sand Shinobi pretty easily to get to Ren. And of course, Kakashi's the one who released her from the Genjutsu. But the guy gets up somehow, despite the fact it looked like he was maybe got killed. Well, supposedly, even though it looked like he just got his ear chopped off. Yeah, because it's all like blood coming inside of his head. I mean, I don't think his head was sliced. I think it just his ear was chopped off by. Also, Kakashi's sword that he had in this two-parter. Yeah, it gets destroyed, and well, that could kind of explain why he doesn't have it currently. The sword was destroyed. He also said it was a mentor from his father, and he doesn't overreact to seeing something that belonged to his late father getting destroyed. Yeah, he has no reaction to it at all, and it's unknown what happened to his sword because it's never seen again. He does have a sword when he's later seen in Abu Black Ops, but here, nope, disappears. So, and of course, well, then of course the catering collapses, crushing Obito when he saves Akashi's life. And like it basically crushed like the left side of his face and his body, can't move. So he's like, okay, like I forgot to give you a gift. I'll give you my Sharingan. And he tells Ren, can you do the eye transfer? So she's like, sure. So he transfers his eye, his Sharingan eye, to Kakashi, and then he's able to defeat the other Shinobi out there. Though the area that Ren is in gets destroyed, Obito is basically supposedly crushed. Though it's later revealed he actually survived this. Yes, he survived being crushed by boulders. Yes, in a very odd flashback they explain later on in the series how the heck he survived. Yeah, it's explained a little bit later exactly what happened after this. So Kashi's able to try to take on the Hidden Leaf Shinobi, not Hidden Leaf, the Hidden Stone, and of course takes out his kunai, and then goes blank. He wakes up, and there's Minto. Minto basically had already taken out already another battlefield. Damn it. Sorry about this. Just a minute. Yes, Mom. I'm doing good. Nope. Yeah. I'm working tomorrow, and I've been asked to come into work on Saturday, work from 7 to 2. Okay. Yeah, I kind of heard about that. Okay. 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 All right. Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. 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 I'm sure they got bigger. Yeah. Yep. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. Well, he thought it was gonna rain today, so he probably watered them tomorrow. But it didn't rain here at the house today. It rained in Dade City. Yeah, he probably is, but he didn't say if he wasn't. Okay. Uh, doesn't look like it. Okay. All right. Bye. My apologies about that. My mom decided to call me. Anyways, yes. So Kashi pop, of course. Well, when Mento basically explains that Ren before the battle, of course, Kashi tells Ren that Obito cared for her and he was in love with her. And she was about to tell him about how she felt about him, about Kakashi. So he's like, no, I don't deserve that. And then some other battle happened off screen. Then Kashi wakes next Mento. Ren explains everything, and then they have it where have sort of a thing like, oh, we jump to the fact that the bridge is they're destroyed by the members of Team Mento, and of course, well, Obito was supposedly buried. He really wasn't. And basically, Kakashi became known as Kakashi of the Sharingan. Don't mention the fact that he's the copy ninja. Yes, basically became a celebrity after this, which that part is true. As for him being referred to as Kakashi Sharingan, that's like I know it's one of his nicknames, but they never called him that in the original Naruto series. They don't refer to him as Kakashi the Copy Ninja. Yep. But not much else to say about this two-part. It's actually pretty good. Okay, so that's it for Cycle View. Now, in the case my next view probably won't be until tomorrow at this rate. Yes, because I'm going back to JoJo's Adventures for 6 episodes. I'm back here for the rest of Itachi Pursuit Mission. Okay? See you next video. Bye.